Week 3 of the BeamNG Monster Jam Series will conclude in a unique way for these West Division drivers. We're here in Salinas, California, in the outdoors, one of only a few outdoor arenas in the BeamNG Monster Jam Series. We'll see who can conquer it in the West Division. BeamNG Monster Jam Outdoors is next.
It's about that time, so put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world who's number one. Pull it up to the line, let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot, rock the spot, make it hot. Cause it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that time. It's been a long time.
It's a unique one to end out Week 3 of the BeamNG Monster Jam Series. The West Division drivers head to Salinas, California at the Salinas Sports Complex. And we're outside, Trey. We're exposed to air here. As I'm Joe Ricussi, alongside me, it's Trey Bartle up in the commentary booth. And Trey, this is unique. This is unlike anything we've ever seen in the BeamNG Monster Jam Series.
Yeah, they hold rodeos here, Joe, and we have a different type of horse. We have horsepower, that is. So we'll have to see how the drivers are able to definitely claim and conquer this unique place. But I like it, Joe. I like it. I'm not gonna lie.
It is nice to be outside. We're right at the top of the suites, I guess. There's a little broadcast booth up there, but it's a nice view out here. You can see the wilderness everywhere. It's quite nice. I wish there were kind of more like this on the schedule, Trey. Very nice to look out there and see the wilderness.
It would be nice. I don't think we're going to see any wilderness, though, considering how loud these trucks are. But I can't wait to, it's not going to be as loud, so that's always a good thing since we're not in a building.
It is, and it just kind of gives that small kind of local fair feeling to this event. So we'll have to see what these West drivers can do. Let's go take a look at the 15 trucks to compete in Salinas, California. Kicking us off, it'll be Jester and Matt Moso. In Gravedigger, it's Nathan Stapleton, and Titan has Josh Things.
And Obsessed is Logan Williams. Kraken has Luke Rainey, and Alien Invasion is Nathan Baird.
Then we have Blue Thunder and DJ Reed. Medusa has Nicholas Morkis, and in Hurricane Force, it's Benny Lynn.
And Metal Militia is Brennan Soderlin. Bulldozer has Noah Clifton, and in Soldier Fortune is Cletus Jeffries.
Then the final three, Bro Camino, Ryan Wilson, Big Kahuna, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., and Max D with Anthony Hernandez. So here we go for freestyling in the outdoor venue at Salinas. It's Jester and Matt Moser, who's had a tough first 2 weeks in the BeamNG Monster Jam Series. We'll see if we can finally get a good run in and fill out the full 90 seconds. He'll start off nicely over the pod right there.
I guess you can say, Joe, that all these drivers have to saddle up and get ready to see what this track's like. I mean, as you can see, one of the bigger differences compared to this to all the other events we go to is that these ramps don't have any paint on them. So that means, if these drivers aren't careful where they're out, they might get a little lost there and get a little crossed up.
It is nice, though. With it being outdoors, they can make this as big as they want to. They've given these drivers a lot of room to run around to try and make sure that they don't get into some precarious position after hitting an obstacle. I really do like that about this course.
That is very true. Plus, I mean, Look how sunny it is. Look at the air. Oh, my goodness.
Trey, I just want to point out that camera is eye level with us.
I think we saw his face in there while he passed over us.
I think he looked at us and smiled.
Yeah, I think he waved too. It's nice to know he knows where we're at.
It is nice. Well, there's not many places we can be here, Trey. This is like it's kind of the only built-up area. Everyone else has stands over on the other sides, but Matt Moso's had a very, very solid run to kick off, and 30 seconds left. If he can keep the momentum up, he can set the bar pretty high in freestyle.
Yeah, it's always one good thing is that if you're the first truck out and you can get a very nice, solid run in, you can definitely set the bar pretty high, and sometimes you might not even be touched.
That's true. I mean, we saw in East, Tony Silver, Overkill Lucian went out, sat in the hot seat for about half the event. Is going off the single jump here, trying to get a crazy move in onto the nose. Does a great job saving it. Now, final few seconds into the unpainted dirt ramp, and clock goes to 0. This will not be counted, but I don't know how that happened. Too bad that didn't get counted. That could have brought the score up a point or two.
I mean, even without it though, this run was very nice. I mean, it was solid. He had momentum. He was doing unique moves and everything. I think this is going to be a very solid placement for him, and he's going to be sitting pretty high with the points.
Yeah, I think even if he doesn't win this event, that should still be a pretty good run in terms of where he ranks. It's a 23 to start out, Trey, so that is nothing to laugh at for sure. These drivers are now going to have to go pretty big, but unfortunately for Matt Most, the next truck out is Nathan Stapleton in the Gravedigger, Trey.
So, can we talk about his teammate there in the Central Division? Do you think Nathan might be a little nervous, or might, find that a little competition to try to one-up Eli Bright, considering what all he just did?
Trey, I think what happened was the Gravedigger executives came to Nathan with a checkbook and said, "You figure it out. We're not paying any more money because Eli spent it all."
Yeah, they went up to him and said, "Listen, whatever you break on this truck might come out of your pocket."
They said, "Listen, look at these numbers. They're red. That's bad. Make it black."
We'll have to see what Stapleton has to go through here. But again, it's very strange to see a Gravedigger second truck out.
Ooh, and Nathan agrees with you, so he's trying to go big so he's not second out next week.
Well, he lost the flag, but that doesn't cost too much,
That
so
to
that
a
shouldn't
fan.
hurt him too bad. Yeah, there it is. But what? I think his other teammate Zidell went out pretty early. Uh-oh!
Nice save.
What a save.
He did launch a piece far away. I hope it went over the stands.
I don't think the stands are over there, so it's all right. It might be a souvenir for a
stands
year or
over
something. Oh, is there? I
Yeah.
can't see that. Oh, you're blocking me, Joe. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I am over positioned to the right. But, yeah, for Staple, this has been a really good run, Trey. He's had these big hits, great runs, great saves. We thought Matt Mosa might have been sitting in the hot seat for quite some time he is...
What a save again!
I can't believe this. This is... Oh, my gosh.
Well, he saved it again. Is he going to be able to pull out of this one?
No.
I don't think he tried.
Well, fortunately, I mean, they were probably like, "Listen, just end it on its lid. You haven't broken anything on the suspension. You only broke the body, which we could put back together. Just don't ruin anything in the suspension." But we thought Matt Mosa might be sitting in the hot seat for a few runs. Stapleton may have just said, "No, you only get it for one run."
Yeah, he might be getting out of there pretty soon here. We'll have to see what the judges think, but I honestly think Stapleton's got it here. If I'm gonna put in my opinion about it, I think Stapleton might have topped Jester.
And the sad thing for Matt Moso is that he finishes out his run. He maybe drives the truck back to the pit area, talks to his crew and congratulates them on a good run. Gets up to the hot seat, and maybe he gets up to the hot seat midway through Staples' run. So by the time he got in it, he has to get immediately out of it. That is quite a shame. But that's also, we're assuming Stapleton takes the lead. Maybe he doesn't, but in my opinion, it should. I think in your opinion as well, Trey, it should.
I definitely think it should. We'll have to see what the judges think, though. And the scores are going to be...
Yeah, that's enough. 25-5 by 2.5 points. Stapleton sets the bar even higher for just the second truck out in Gravedigger. So he's trying to follow up what his teammate Eli Bright did in the Central Division. As next up, we have Titan and Josh Things, and he'll start immediately to the pod with some nice air.
Man, you got to think about it. Josh Things is coming out, and Stapleton's only the second truck out, and the rest of these guys have 4.5 points to try to take the lead away. So, oh my goodness! Well, there's a front flip. I guess I wouldn't. It's a somersault. There's a somersault, Joe.
Well, he heard you say he only had 4.5 points, so he said, "I'll just do this in my second move."
That's definitely something that's going to help him. But the real question is that he's going to be able to do it for the rest of the run.
That is a big question. He can now keep up some momentum. He already got a wow factor out of the way. So, I mean, he can try and produce another wow factor late in the run, but he doesn't have to worry about going, like, all crazy now throughout the run. He can just try and be solid and consistent and just hit these obstacles in the right way to not flip this truck over.
That's very true. He's getting a little sideways there. It looks like he's definitely trying to tip it over there, but that's all right. He's going to continue it on here. There's that little blind. That's very hard to see there. Uh-oh. Right in front of us. Is he going to be able to pull out of it?
No, he didn't. Don't try it. That hurts my ears, Trey.
That's a little loud. He's still trying.
Oh,
no.
And about 20 seconds left for Josh Things. He obviously had that front flip, but with 20 seconds left on the clock, he can't leave that much time on and expect to move up in the board right there.
Yeah, this is definitely a little different stuff happening right in front of us outside compared to us in a booth. I'm liking it, but that's a nice somersault there. Only lost 2 body parts, but I think that was as clean as you can get if I'm being honest.
And then right here, right underneath us, he lands on the racing lane, and then it kind of falls off the racing lane, and if it just had a little bit more roll, this thing would have come back on. You can see how close it was. And then he just had to try and get into some sidewalls, and unfortunately the racing lane messed him up, Trey, and end up flipping that truck over. So that's a tough break for Josh Things over early after having some really good momentum to kick off that run. As the scores are coming in, it's going to be a 17. That is really, really unfortunate, because if he fills out that clock, that could definitely be challenging up around the front 2 that went out. So really, really bad break for Titan and Josh Things. But next up we have Obsessed and Logan Williams. What can he do to try and challenge the first 2 trucks that went out, Trey?
See what he can do exactly. Looks like he's trying to figure out what his first hit's going to be. He's going to go for the back of the racing lane, maybe a sky wheelie, he's thinking. Nice little sky wheelie there. Going to try and put it into a slap wheelie, a little bit of slap wheelie there, but he's going to watch out for those barriers. So a nice way to start off his run. Nice and calm. I think that's the way you want to do it, especially, hasn't been too many trucks out here, and this track's definitely one of its own. One in a million, I guess you could say, and it's a little challenging, so you want to try to get your footing under you real quick before you start to go crazy.
I will say, Trey, after only 3 trucks going out, now we're on the 4th one. I want to come back here next season. This is an amazing place.
No doubt. They have this place is easily my top 3 favorite places to go to.
Yeah, maybe Las Vegas topping them all, possibly for the World Finals.
I think it might. It might. You never know.
Meanwhile, while we're rambling on about places, Logan Williams has had a very solid run trade. He's had some good hits, but I think he's starting to build up the momentum. Now that he's in the final half of the run, he might start going crazier to try and top what we saw out of Stapleton and Gravedigger.
Oh no!
Nice save.
What a save. Very nice save.
Very, very nice save. Now he's in towards the final 20 seconds, so got a save there. What else can he do to try and make this run crazy? Clears the pot up onto 2.
Oh my
up
goodness.
onto that dirt ramp, but it falls off the ramp and gets back on all 4s.
Man, talking about the ramp helping you there. I don't think if the ramp was as steep as it is, that truck would have been still on its side there. He's going to crush it, though, for one of his last hits. Nice little skyway there on top of the MX hill. Turning around, 0 seconds, Joe. This run was decent. It was a very solid run, but I don't know if it's lead taking, though.
Yeah, I don't know. That move would have been cool enough to be scored, but I think like you, it's a solid run. It should place up around what we saw with Jester and Gravedigger. I don't think it's enough to beat the 25-5, though. It did have interesting moves like this one for sure. Stuffed into the ramp, which put him onto the other side. There we are up in the booth up there. And then he fell off the ramp and back on all 4s for Logan Williams. The score's at 22. So if you can believe it, out of the 4 trucks, that's 3rd place, Trey. That is very unique for sure. That 4th truck out, 22, is 3rd place of the 4. But next up we have Kraken and Luke Rainey trying to rekindle some success that he had last season at Bounty Hunter. So far he's had none of that this season at the Kraken. He starts out over the pod and gets a little messed up, but kind of powers over it pretty well.
Hey, I mean, that's how to get yourself out of a sticky situation there, and he did it pretty well. What did I say in the what was it? The Central Tour with Octanator. He did a little tentacle whip, I think I called it.
I think
we can put that with Luke Rainey too, considering he's driving a squid. The real question is that if he's going to be able to tail whip it like he did, tentacle whip it like he did there. But so far, he's doing some nice hits, nice little wheelie off the top of it. That was pretty cool to see there. But the real question is that if he's going to be able to turn it up.
This Kraken truck has some severe horsepower in it. He's landing on the pod all over, but he comes back on all 4s, Trey. That was a great save, and about halfway through the run, now he's going to start going crazy. It looks like some nice air there. And remember last season, Trey, he won his only East event in week 3.
We'll have to see if that trend continues. Can you call it a trend? It's only been 1 season.
I don't know if it's a trend, but if he does it here, that's a trend.
That's statistic. There we go. We'll go with that.
Nice. Nice. Oh, and I don't think he ever touched the wall, Trey.
That's knowing your surroundings and how to stop a truck on a dime.
Backflip. First of the night.
Very
nicely. That was a perfect backflip right there. And what can you do in these final 6 seconds, Trey?
We go for a possible cross thread. Maybe
what?
Not. What? Is it gonna land back on all 4s? No.
How about land on the side of 2?
Well, there it is. What was that? Was that more than a 360? Was
that was like a 720, I think, Trey.
That was judges scored it though.
The
So
judges did get to score it. Unfortunately, it didn't land. But Trey, I think this might be able to contend for Stapleton's lead.
I definitely think Stapleton might not be feeling too comfortable right now. This was a nice save right here. He lined him up pretty perfectly just to continue into that pod section here. But I hope it's in the replays here. I want to see that last move here. Nice little skyway to follow that up. Almost, that was weird how the truck reacted off of that. And as you said, the first backflip of the evening here as well.
That's a perfect backflip for the first one off that ramp.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of those tire ramps. There's always a little sketchy, but Luke Rainey, I think after season 1, he got pretty comfortable with it. So what? There's a 360 there. He went upside down, so I don't know if he wanted to do that.
I don't know how many degrees. He turned up maybe more than 720 because of him twisting upside down, but balanced it on 2 tires, and Trey, that's enough to take the lead to 26 for Luke Rainey in the Kraken. He now sits on the hot seat over Nathan Stapleton in the Gravedigger. Once again, he's only the 5th truck out, so there's still a lot of drivers to go, including this man, Alien Invasion and Nathan Baird.
Do you think they have rodeos up where aliens are, Joe?
I mean, I'll talk to my alien buddy and I'll find out for you.
You have an alien buddy?
We don't talk about him.
Oh, okay, I understand. I got you. But anyways, here, Alien Invasion's out here. Considering what he just saw from Kraken and Luke Rainey, you have to think that he's gonna have to do something pretty again, I'm gonna say it, out of this world to try to take this lead.
What is it with all these kind of not really, maybe not fictional, but kind of make-believe type things? You have the aliens coming out immediately after the giant win.
Yeah, you know what? We're not going to question it. Just like you are, your little alien friend, we're not going to talk about it.
I'm gonna question that though. Oh no.
Watch out for the fence!
Yeah, I think they had to shut them off because while, the fans are decently safe, they have a lot of area between them, they're still pretty close to the track since this is a very, very kind of, it's not a sports stadium or anything. So, I mean, if a truck ever gets out of control near the stands, they're going to have to shut them down.
Oh, no, definitely, especially since, they're bars, and if one of those tears, there's a greater chance of something going up in the stands compared to a wall. So the officials have to do what they got to do, and unfortunately for Alien Invasion, it's only 11.5, so I think that's easily the last place truck there. But you never know, he'll carry it on the next week here and hopefully regain from that. But right now, we got Blue Thunder and DJ Reed. What is he going to have to do to take this 26 away from Kraken and Luke Rainey?
I'm trying to take over my job. That was amazing, Trey.
Thanks. I think I'm learning from you a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Well, DJ Reed has had 2 unfortunate issues to end out his runs the last 2 weeks. So, oh my gosh, that could have been a 3rd in a row. Great job recovering from that, but he's hoping he gets off the full 90 seconds this week and try to get a better score than what he has the first 2 weeks. Because right now he's one of the bottom few in the points.
One of the coolest things I've always realized about Blue Thunder is that Thunder's pretty loud. These trucks are pretty loud. That kind of fits hand in hand, doesn't it?
It does. Maybe they knew what they were talking about when they made this name, I guess.
Sometimes. You never know. I question some of these names, but they end up working out in the end.
This one, not original names, but this is one of the older names. So, I mean, they definitely knew what they were talking about back then. Oh my goodness! Gosh. Can he save this one? No! Yeah, he can! That was amazing!
In the direction he was going.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that again because I have a lot of questions about that one.
That was like breakdancing. That was interesting. Oh no! Is he gonna be able to pull out of this one as well? No!
That's unfortunate. And that's kind of how he ended his run in week 1. He kind of stuffed it into something that you didn't think it would get stuffed into. And with about 15 seconds left, he had that amazing save, but I just don't think it's enough. But I'm very interested about what happened here.
Was this 2 360s right here in one save? Let's see. Pretty much there's one right there, and then I'm going to consider it 2 360s in one. What is that? Math, 720?
Yeah, that's 7. That's
the second 720 we've seen tonight.
I'm speechless about what just happened. And then right here, that's massive air, and unfortunately just lands right on the pod and flips that truck over backwards. And unfortunately, he wasn't more up on the ramp because it probably would have put him back on all fours, but either he wasn't on the pedals or the truck was shut down and didn't have a chance to save it. 18-5 for DJ Reed and the Blue Thunder. So that's right now around middle of the road of the trucks. They've gone out 3rd to last so far. But next out, Trey, speaking of rookies that have done really, really well, Nicholas Voorhees in the Medusa has been outstanding so far this season. can he try and continue that momentum here in Salinas?
Well, let's hope it doesn't go the way it did for Dirty Void and the East, and ending it pretty early.
Well, I think he's already got more hits in, so
well,
that might
there
be
it
a
is.
positive. He's going off the single jump tray.
We'll see what happens here. I don't like those single jumps, especially when there's no paint on them, Joe. Oh, watch out for the little one.
That was a nice wheelie off of that, though. He carried that a long ways out.
He literally carried it as far as he could.
We would say the stadium floor, but
This is the rodeo floor.
yeah, I guess so. I was about to say I don't see a stadium anywhere near.
It's a field. It's pretty much a field.
A lot of dirt on his. Oh my gosh, that is massive air for Nicholas Voorhees. I didn't think he was higher than this.
I'm alright with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I love seeing huge hair, especially in the outdoors, because you can literally go as high as you want. Oh my goodness, he's doing it again!
Just the opposite way up the ramp. That's amazing for Nicholas Voorhees. He has been the most outstanding rookie, I would have to say, so far this season, and trying to fill out these last 30 seconds to make it so that he's even crazier of the rookies.
I mean, if there's is there a rookie of the year?
We could make one since, I mean, technically there wasn't last year. Oh,
Oh,
no!
no! Oh, no!
Can he try and save it? No. And about 10 seconds left on the clock for Nicholas Voorhees. And that truck is twisted in a way that's not supposed to, so there is something broken in the suspension-wise. But that's a tough break for Nicholas. But as I was mentioning before he flipped over, there wasn't a rookie there last year because everyone was a rookie. So maybe we could have one this year.
I mean, I guess in theory, Keegan Thompson was the rookie of the year. But
I guess so. He was champion of the year as well, but tough break for Nicholas Voorhees. It's a 19, so even with leaving about 10 seconds on the clock, that's still a pretty decent score, but unfortunately for Medusa, definitely wanted a lot more, and that might be middle of the road, but we'll see what Hurricane Force and Benny Lynn can do. That's always a nice-looking truck, and nice looking under that sunlight.
I think he's going to try to get a nice slap wheelie out of it as well. He's going to do exactly what Medusa just did and carried the entire way across, except, again, Joe.
Well, I think that wheelie was a lot more impressive because he was kind of bouncing on one wheel back and forth.
But it almost hurt him with that little... I would consider that another single jump there. I mean, I know it's just more of a dirt hill, but it's a single jump in my mind, so it almost cost him.
I guess it technically is a single jump, but we'll have to see what Benny Lynn can do now. He started out his run in a pretty good way and trying to keep the momentum up, and who knows what he could do throughout the final 50 or so seconds of this run. Off the brace and then trying to point that nose down to carry another wheelie out. Couldn't really do it there, but he's trying these different moves, and you definitely have to appreciate that.
He's definitely trying to do stuff that judges haven't seen yet. He's gonna try for another slap wheelie, go straight into that single dirt hill, I guess we'll go with.
Dirt
but
down,
no,
dirt
yeah,
hill, dirt mound, like bump, I don't know.
Gopher hole, we'll go with that. But I mean, he's definitely doing different stuff that no one's seen yet, but he has to at least step it up a little bit here with 20 seconds remaining to even consider, I would say, what, top 3?
Yeah, I would say definitely those front few distance themselves as the clear favorites, and they really, really went big as Benny Lynn now has under 10 seconds. Oh, he stuffed it
Goodness!
into the backflip and somehow gripped enough to come back around and save it. And I think he's good enough done there because that definitely probably shook him up with how hard he hit off. That was, I mean, you've said that those types of backflip ramps are sketchy, and I could see why you say that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if you miss those tires, you're going into a straight, flat, dirt wall pretty much, and that definitely hurt him, but he landed it, so I mean, it's a backflip, but he definitely was like, nope, that's enough of this.
And it's a 21, so that's decent right now, about middle of the guys that have gone out, so obviously definitely kind of a lack of momentum throughout may have hurt him, but this man knows how to go big. It's Metamalicious Brendan Sarland, and he's looking for his Sarland leap again. Can we do it with some alliteration like Sarland Spring or something?
Do you really want to do that? First off, let's see how he does. Oh, yep, he did it. We'll figure out something.
We'll have to find some S synonym for
big word for you, Joe.
For jump. That is a really big word, and I'm surprised I said it first try anyway. Trey, I messed up your name!
Oh, come on. How long have we been commentating together and you can't even say my name?
I can't say a lot of words, but Brendan is going big. We always know this man for big air, and he is... I don't know if he's left down the gas yet, Trey.
We've also known this man for abusing the heck out of his truck. And most, I would say, 50-50 of either it's in pieces or he makes out the run entirely. Watch out for the fence! Watch out for the fence!
No, where's he going? What?
Did he Austin Power it? Yeah, I think he Austin Powered it.
He's out. Good. I can't believe he did that. That's amazing.
That was parallel parking at its finest. I don't think I've ever seen
Oh!
someone. Oh my
Oh!
goodness! Oh no!
Wow.
What?
I can't believe that thing didn't keep flipping.
How's nothing broke? You only lost a flag, Joe. The flag's gone. That's it.
Oh my.
Oh,
What is
this
he doing?
Oh, maybe not.
He's
What?
He's like flipping the thing like motorcycles in the air.
So we've seen huge. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's a. So what? Brian Deegan, I believe, is the first ever creator of this truck, and he used to do dirt bikes, and he just tail whipped. He tail whipped the monster truck just like a dirt bike, Joe.
Oh, Trey, something's broken on the front.
Yep. Well, it's finally about time something broke, but he filled the clock, and Kraken and Luke Rainey might be a little nervous. Oh my goodness, that front end is like Jello. That front end is Jello at the moment, Joe.
Trey,
Oh,
I think he broke everything up. I
us.
think the whole front end suspension is broken, Trey. I don't think anything.
He's moving, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean he's right underneath us, and I can see all the broken parts in that truck, Trey. It looks expensive, but
Joe, can we talk about him parallel parking a monster truck?
Let's look at this. This is a perfect view for it, by the way. Thankfully, we had a cameraman right here on top of the saloon, by the way. And yeah, I don't know how he did that, but he did it. Now, Trey, here's the question I proposed to you. It had the momentum, it had the big air, but the final 10 seconds had nothing. Is that going to hurt in the judge's eyes?
Yes. No doubt. I mean, you don't even got to think about it though. Judges have, one of their big things is momentum, and if any part of the run, especially the last 10 seconds of a run, doesn't really have much in it, it's going to hurt his run. I mean, it was amazing throughout it. No one can argue that. Easily one of his best runs of his, entire career. But that last 10 seconds might end up, saying whether or not he takes his lead.
Look at that front end, Trey.
It's Jello.
The tires are flying every which way. I mean, they are going to have to spend a lot of money on that. But let's see what the scores are. Is it enough or is it not? Will the final 10 seconds hurt his whole run? He's going to tie him, Trey. So Kraken and Metal Militia are tied with a 26. Brendan and Luke share the hot seat, Trey. That's amazing.
Do you think they're getting comfortable up there?
I don't think so, because next up they have a crazy Aussie. Snow clip on the bulldozer.
First off, can we talk about a more fitting truck for a rodeo setting?
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, you think he maybe has the home field advantage.
I would definitely call it. I guess you could say the rodeo home. Oh, whoop, messed that one up. That's all right. The rodeo field advantage. There we go. We not talk about that.
Well, Noah Clifton for sure. Last week he showed his full potential with bulldozer truck as he went very, very crazy and scored pretty well. I think it was 5th place for him. So obviously first week he flipped over early. I think he was last place in that one. So we'll see what we can do here with a bull in the rodeo. That was a interesting wheelie right there. I didn't think he'd be able to pull that to a wheelie.
You know what? We've known that this man, we don't think he can pull a lot of stuff out, but he still does it. So I'm just, expecting him to do whatever he can with the truck. This man literally pushes every single week and gets everything he can out of his truck. And I'm just not, from this point on, I'm just not going to be surprised by anything he does.
It's the Aussies that do stuff like this. I mean, Noah Clifton's really liking these wheelies off of weird places so far today. But 20 seconds left, Troy. What can he do?
What? Real question. What is he going to try and up the line up for here? He's going to gun it. He's going to be able to do it. Yes. Yeah, he did it. He did it. Oh, there it is. I think is that the first one this season that we've seen it done off of
MX Hill, yeah.
Yep, there it is. Look at the air following it up straight into the pod section there. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's an amazing way to end the run, Trey. I mean, you think about this, kind of the opposite of Metal Militia. It kind of started out a little bit slower, right? He had some cool moves throughout, but then the final 10 seconds were basically worth admission price.
Yep, easily. But is it enough is the real question to join either the other two in the hot seat or take it away from them. We'll have to see what the judges think, but that was almost as smooth as you can get it there, just a little bit short.
Oh, it's not going to be enough, Trey. That's a 24.5. So that's right now 4th place. That's still a really good run, but I think there was just a little bit of a lack of momentum that wasn't like Kraken and Metal Militia. That's what cost him. But what can Soldier Fortune and Cletus Jeffries do as he comes out into the floor and goes immediately to the single jump to start at his 92nd and pulls it into a wonky wheelie.
That was almost really bad. He almost caught the edge of that MX hill there. That could have definitely broke something, but he was able to pull out of it, so nicely done. And we'll see what else can happen here. Sideways again off the jump. Uh-oh, he's upside down.
And momentum carried him back over.
Now, do you think something's wrong with the truck with how it's reacting off of hits, or do you think that's just how he's hitting the ramp?
I think that maybe he just hit that ramp in an aggressive way, but I think now the center of gravity might be off because the turret's gone.
That's not okay. That's all right. They'll pick it up. That's a pretty expensive piece, I feel like.
It is. I would think most of these 3D model trucks are pretty expensive, but he's had some decent moves, and I think now he's starting to finally hit ramps in normal ways, and that truck is starting to react more appropriately.
Yeah, it might have humbled him a little bit there, almost ending his run this early. But with 30 seconds remaining here, what does he going to have to do to get a 26 to at least tie the other two, that is? Not beat them, but to beat them, I mean, dang, he's going to have to do something that we haven't seen this season so far.
I mean, he's definitely had a very, very solid run. Don't get me wrong, it's been full of momentum and some good moves, but he just needs something really, really crazy. In final 12 seconds, what can he do? Oh my gosh! He just stuffed into the backflip ramp, and it's over 6 seconds early. That is a horrible break, Trey, for Cletus Jeffries.
What did I say? Those tire backflips, I'm telling you, you hit them wrong, you're going into a straight wall of dirt.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that is maybe the most technical backflip ramp that you can have. So, like, you have to hit that perfectly. Not only do you have to line it up perfectly, you have to have the perfect speed. There are other backflip ramps where you can kind of get away with it. The range of failure here is a lot more drastic off of those backflip ramps.
Oh, he just stuffed the entire front of that frame into that. And he almost had it pulled out, but didn't get enough grip. And they might have, I think the tire even lost a little bit of traction. It's just dead stop there. So I'm not sure what happened there.
And it's going to be a 21.5, so that's going to be around mid-pack. And now 3 trucks left to break the tie. If not, we go to a tiebreaker for the win. It's Bro Camino and Ryan Wilson, winner in week 1. And he pulled those same tricks to try and win in week 3.
We'll have to see here. He's going to go a little easy over the back of the racing lane, that is. Last time, who did it? Was it Hurricane Force that went off the back of that? Last time they got a little skywheel into a slaply there. He's going to combo it up off the other side of the MX hill.
What did he just do, Trey? Is that like a tornado move?
That was a bro move is what that was.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, I said it, don't worry.
I we left, we left the puns in Minneapolis, but I guess they followed us up to California. Yeah. Well, back to the run.
Oh my goodness. Is he going to be able to do it again?
He's trying to see how hard he's been the gas. Oh, no. I mean, he tried for what it's worth, but still about 40 seconds left. That is disappointment for Ryan Wilson in the Bro Camino, who has had some good runs to kick off the season, but this one's going to end short and might be even last place.
You would have to think it is, but look at this save right here. I mean, he did sidewalls almost right on top of the pod section there, but it went off the side of it. He was still able to pull out of it, so very nicely done on top of the hood, or on the front of it is what I should say, and back down on all fours. That was pretty crazy to see right there.
And then to end out the run, as we were making some bad puns, he landed on the pod, kind of like what we saw with Blue Thunder, except he was further forward, and it just stuffed its way into that lip of the ramp, and look how hard he's on the gas tray.
He's doing everything he can, so at least he's putting an effort to save this.
That's true. A for effort for Ryan Wilson. Unfortunately, ends up on its lid about 40 seconds too early. And it's going to be a 14, so that's going to be second to last at the moment for the Bro Camino and Ryan Wilson. And now, Trey, 2 trucks left, and another crazy Aussie. It's Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Big Kahuna, and he's really flying out there.
Definitely looks like they just zip-tied body parts back on from last week, to be honest with you.
Around here.
He knows there's a break, right?
Actually,
you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this truck has a break.
They may not have installed it. That is big air to start out the 90 seconds. Fitzwater loves his announce your presence attitude. He always loves that first hit to be the biggest of the run, and he shows week after week why. I mean, he's insane.
Hey, again, if the truck stays together, you know he doesn't care what happens with the next hit. Look at the air off of that. Oh my goodness. That's higher than us.
Yeah, you were looking up at him.
I didn't think we'd be doing that all the way up here, Joe.
No, I didn't.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, watch out for the single.
Oh no! That was amazing.
All right. I thought he was going to pull that into the safe, but he put it more into a stoppie.
Now, Trey, here's the question. Is this finally the week when Fitzwater can end the drought.
If he can fill up the final 30 seconds with the same momentum and craziness he's had so far, I can definitely see it being it, but that's the question. Is he going to be able to fill up these final 30 seconds?
Oh my gosh, he is going big every single hit. This is the Fitzwater mentality for sure. And trying to fill out now the final 20 seconds. Cross thread, the MX Hill. Kind of falling off of it, but he turns it well to save it.
Well, there's your wow factor. I mean, if this run hasn't already had wow factors, there it is. With 7 seconds remaining, though, Joe, he's going to have to do something absolutely spectacular. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1.
Oh, no! I think that ramp was just too steep for a front flip to work out. Fitzwater said, hold my beer. I'm going to try, at least. And his Fosters ended up spilling.
He said kahunas, didn't he? There it is.
All right, here, Trey. Look at this.
I don't think that's enough, Joe.
If he landed that, I think we say new leader. But
definitely.
The fact he couldn't land it, I'd still say a top 5 run.
Oh, yeah,
but
no, for sure. But
right
yeah,
here,
I think that was just. I don't think it was big enough to do it.
Yeah. And that's unfortunate for Fitzwater. He at least tried. He wanted to do something crazy to end out the run. And we'll see what the scores are as they come in. He definitely broke something on the rear end of that truck. It's going to tie him with his Aussie friend Noah Clifton at a 24-5. Nice. So they'll be a part of a tiebreaker as well. But one final truck, Max D, Anthony Hernandez, winner last week. What can you do to try and break that tie and make sure that he is the only winner of the event? He's coming straight for us, Trey.
It's nice to see you too, Max D, but let's keep it in the field, huh?
Please don't do that again. It was a little scary. Anthony Hernandez, though, he knows how to go crazy, and oh my gosh, he is he's putting this truck on the line every single hit so far.
Well, I mean, you think about it when he has to try to beat. It makes a lot of sense.
Launching it off the MX Hill.
The back's broke.
But is it going to come back? Oh, did he hit the gas too soon, Trey?
He did. He definitely did. Now he's on the broken side of it. They're
not going to let him save it because he was so close to the wall with only 40 seconds filled. It's going to come down to the tiebreaker between Kraken and Mel Militia. Who do you think has that?
Metal, I don't know, Joe. I mean, both of their runs had their own unique thing, but look at this right here. Broke it right here.
Oh.
He had the save, Joe. I mean,
I do want to see this. The driver knows more than we do. It did start to fall back down a little bit. Do you think that, it was just such a split instant. It's hard to tell, but then they weren't going to let him save it.
He's on the side of the broken, and there's no chance. He's too close to the fence, too.
It's a 12. So now, Trey, comes down to a tiebreaker. Is it Brendan or Luke? The answer, Luke Rainey gets it from the judges, and I have to think the only reason Brendan did not win this, Trey, those final 10 seconds of his run.
That's true. I mean, I did say it caused him not to take the lead, and it might actually cause him to not take the win either. I mean, the tiebreaker judge is there for a reason, and he knows he has to choose who wins, and he chose Kraken.
And with how this season has been, we've seen a wide variety of where these winners have scored throughout. As we look at the points, no one's broken away in the points lead, and it's still pretty close along the cut line. We have Medusa 2 up, Hurricane Force 2 up, Soldier Fortune's in by 1, Boulders out by 1, Obsessed out by 1, but look down, 11 down for 3, 14 down for Alien Invasion, and the highest driver up, Anthony, is only 23 up, Trey. So it's going to be close in the West Division for these final 2 events for the World Finals. Thanks for watching Week 3 BeamNG Monitor, and we'll see you guys next week for Week 4.